What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back with another review. This is my review for Ready to Love. Look, I was stumbling. Ready to Love. This is season 6, episode 11. This is the episode right before the season finale, so we know these couples are definitely dwindling down, and some decisions are going to have to be made. Now, we open the episode up with the men down at Tommy's lounge. It's their week to send a woman home, and he's telling them, listen, Tina, sis did not turn up, so you know what? We had to let her go. She stood me up. She's standing up production. She's standing up y'all. Baby, obviously you don't want to be here, so we're going to let you go about your business. And Paul is feeling some type of way about this because he's like, I didn't wasted all my time focusing on her when I really could have been getting to know Dakia. And he's just really over it because he feels like time is really running out. The women, they have to meet the men's family this week, and Demetrius is like, well, before we do all of that, I'm gonna have to speak to Sabrina about the things that she was saying down at that brunch before she could even meet my mama. So we're gonna move on to Clifton. His family is meeting Joy. He has his cousin who looks older and his uncle. Again, Joy shows up serving Aaron realness. Girl, what's going on? Why can't you put on a nice little dress or even like a nice dressy top and some dress pants? It doesn't even necessarily have to be a dress if that's not your style, but girl, you literally always give, I had to make a few stops before I came here, and this just so happened to be the last stop. Girl, can we please see you be a little done up or something? Just a little, just from time to time. That's it. Anyway, the cousin was asking her why she was ready to love, and she said it's really time. She's been doing a lot of solo things, and she's been using her career as a reason to stay busy. She then tells them that she had been thanking Clifton for being him, and he's checking off all of her boxes, and that she welcomes new conversations with him, and he likes the fact that he doesn't have to sugarcoat things with Joy. So the uncle was like, okay, yeah, he has 2 kids. Now, what if he had to take on sole responsibility full-time with them kids? What you gonna do, Miss Joy? And she said, listen, I'm open to it. She's used to having kids around. She used to be a teacher. She has a lot of children in her life, so she's on board with it. So now the uncle wants to know about their life balance with their careers. We know she's a singer. She's in the entertainment industry. And I would like to hear her give us a little something, okay? If you here to potentially, build your brand or get your brand out there, let's hear a little tune, Miss Joy. Hit us with a bare minimum movement. Stay right, stay right, stay right. Stay left, stay left, stay left. Stay home, stay home, stay home. Anyway, she lets them know, well, yeah, right after filming, I'm actually going to be spending some time in Mexico. And she told us in her confessional that sis spends half of the year, 6 months, in Mexico. And I said, girl, what? What is in Mexico? Because she did not make it clear as to why she would be doing this. And this is something that she does all the time. I would actually like to know why. Like, girl, is that where you're originally from? Is that where you're born? Can we get more context on what's out in Mexico for half of the year? Are you using that time to build your career? Is there a studio down there? I don't know. She just needed to give us some more. But she gets emotional about it, talking to his family. Oh, wait, hold on. Talking to his family. And I'm questioning, how does she think she's going to be able to maintain a relationship when she's gone for half of the year? This is why you're not able to maintain relationships, because sis, you've been gone. What? Okay, that's not really doable. And at this point, Clifton is like, yeah, I'll be lying if I said that wouldn't bother me, because it will bother anybody. So the family, they like her, but they have the concern about her going to Mexico, but they really do feel like she's genuine. Moving on to Donovan and Sabrina. Child, if this did not change my perspective on Donovan, then I don't know what did. So he feels he's going into this already on a negative note. He says that he feels like they're not going to get anywhere with this because they just have 2 separate views. And at this point, she doesn't trust him because of him attacking her character down at the brunch. So he says that he thinks and respects this process, and he feels like it's not being reciprocated. And her mentioning him not being ready for love was offensive because he wouldn't be here if he wasn't. And he says that she hasn't been consistent with him. You still crying about her concerns about you moving into this process too fast and moving on to another relationship this fast after 2 or 3 months of being single from your divorce? And you can use the word offensive? Can you calm down? Like, he's literally acting as if she had canceled him out. She was literally just stating a concern. And that is like bothering him. Like, it's giving me weird. It's like, okay, are you mad because she caught you out of your bullshit? Like, I don't understand why he's so offended. And I'm using air quotes. I know y'all can't see me, but yeah. What? Offensive? Okay, sir. So he says that he doesn't think that she's been consistent in the process, and she hasn't been consistent with Demetrius either, and that she's created chaos. Now, he said that she created chaos in his confessional. I don't deem her as a problematic person. I just feel like she was somebody that a lot of men were interested in, but she had always kept very clear communication on what she wanted out of these men from what I've seen. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, but I don't view her as a problematic person on this show. So I just really feel like, not Demetrius, that Donovan is really just in his feelings a little too much for me. So in her confessional, she called him a bitter baby, which he definitely is giving that. And she says that she's never denied the connection that she had with Demetrius, and at the retreat, she was trying to explore both of them. So in her confessional, she said that she's really mind blown by how butthurt these men are, and they really can't stand seeing a woman with multiple connections. I said, right, because it was okay for him to be kicking it with Tina and Carmen, but all of a sudden she's exploring other options and he's feeling some type of way about it. I guess because he's not her number one or something. Like, you need to calm down. It's really not that deep. So she said that she actually kind of stepped away from him because she felt like he was trying to make her choose between Demetrius and him. And because she didn't give a clear answer, he said that he was going to go and be with Carmen. So he calls her a liar in his confessional and said that he's starting to lose interest in this process. But now he's telling her that he's going with Carmen. I said, actually, you're settling, because you're settling on Carmen off the simple fact of Sabrina not giving you what you want, which is her. You really want Sabrina, but she's not giving you that attention, and she's not on your dick, I guess, like you would like. So now you're going to have to go with your second pick, which is Carmen. And it is all very clear just off of the way that he's behaving within this conversation. Because Sabrina is even confused, like, I don't even know why he's acting like this, as if I'd done something to him. And Phil was right. He's definitely an asshole. The way that he was acting once he said that he was going and choosing Carmen, and she was like, okay, well, basically good luck with that. He started rolling his eyes and casually sipping his drink sarcastically. What is that? Definitely giving bitter baby. You're butthurt for sure. And get out your damn feelings. You want to be with Carmen, so go on about your merry ass way. His behavior was just really a major turn off. Like, girl, yes, I'm glad you walked away from that shit. So we see that Paul and Dakia go on another date. I said, again. We gonna get the same lines again, Paul. You gonna run back your same corny lines again. He got saved this time because he ain't run nothing back. But I'm just still like, okay, I'm overseeing them dates, okay? I understand the couples is winding down and we're going to see a lot of people get more camera time, but I'm tired of that. Anyway, he did want to discuss the discussion, okay, that was had down at the last meetup where the men and women got together and Carmen and him was going head to head. He said that he did admit that they did have a private conversation about the type of woman that he likes in an intimate form. And he said that he likes the one that gives you fire when she walks into the room, because that's what Carmen was asking. What type of woman do you like intimately? He likes the woman that brings that fire flame when she steps into the room. So then Carmen goes and says, does Dakia do that for you? And that's when he said that that's none of your business. And I actually believe that, because we all know that she is quick, Miss Carmen that is, quick to bring up the competition in conversation. So that sounds just like something her ass would say. So Dakia ain't worried about that because she don't believe shit that Carmen says anyway, and she understands that Carmen been gunning for her in regards to the whole Eric thing. So she said that she wants to know where he stands with Carmen because, she can't deal with no man who likes a woman like that. And Paul said that he ain't really into her, and he doesn't like Carmen for being superficial and very judgmental. So he's beating himself up because he feels like he ain't really had a lot of time to get to know Dakia. And he asked if she would like to meet his family members. I like the fact that he was courteous enough to ask before, just ambushing her or something like that. But she was a little nervous to do so, but she said that she was down for it. And Paul said that he definitely wants to take it slow with Dakia, but he definitely wants to move with some intention. All right, so then we get down to Donovan with his mama and Carmen. Now, before Carmen gets there, he says that he's never introduced anybody to his mama. And I was kind of like, okay, so at this age, we know you've been married. You had to introduce your wife to your mama, right? Or when did you decide to do that? I don't know. That just made me think, okay, that stood out to me. And baby, that mama, she was giving no one is good enough for my son vibes. And I said, no fucking ma'am. Because your son is a crybaby. And at this point, I'm going to look at you because you admitted to spoiling him. And at this point, it shows. Because the way he been behaving with Sabrina, disgusting. Anyway, Carmen shows up and she actually has her titties put away. I said, oh my gosh, congratulations, thank you. You did a good job with that, Carmen. So the mama, like I said, she admitted to spoiling his ass. And she said that she did instill in him that basically actions speak louder than words and wanted to know what Carmen had instilled in her son. And she said that she wants him to know she said that she knows that, she said that she said that she know what it feels like not to have and that she came from humble beginnings. So she wants her son to know that people live different lives. And she said that her son really hasn't seen his dad in 8 years. It had really just been them. And Donovan's dad hadn't been around in his life either. He even got a little emotional about it. And the mama basically likes Carmen. Before Carmen leaves, she was asking to exchange numbers and all of that. I said, okay, now Carmen, she was a little more subtle in this. I'm glad she didn't bring up any of the other women in the process. But mama was definitely impressed with her. And she did a good job if you ask me. But I still don't see it for her and Donovan. Anyway, Demetrius and Sabrina, they meet up. And she said that she just wants to be clear on the person that she wants. And she does not want to just settle on the person that she spent the most time with. I said, I know that's right, Sabrina. I know that's right. Just because I spent a lot of time with you, Demetrius, because remember he said that last week. Something about basically how they've been locked in since day one. And that don't mean shit. So I'm glad she said that. She said that she thinks between the two of them that they have a power dynamic, which is weird. The dynamic is weird. And he said that he was thrown at the brunch by her saying that he does want a submissive woman because he thought that they had got past that, and it's actually not true. He still wants a woman that has her own identity. And she was like, just because we talked about it, that don't mean nothing. I still stand by what I said. And again, I said, I know that's right, Sabrina. So she says that he's such a leader that it carries on into his romantic relationships. And he pretty much expects someone to move the way that he does, and that's just not who she is. So she says that she doesn't even want to take her husband's last name because they got into the topic about that. That's not something that she's into. She didn't do that with her last marriage. So yeah, that's not something that, she's down for. And we all know that would be something that he would not be totally on board with. He claimed that they would need to have a discussion about that, but baby, that is the discussion right there. Sis ain't having that shit. So take it or leave it. I felt like in that instance that they were kind of sweeping that under the rug. It could have been editing, but I do definitely feel like Demetrius wouldn't back down on that so easily as he's making it seem. And the fact that they just kind of, settled the conversation with a hug. It was kind of giving, no, y'all still got unfinished business. And it was definitely some dirt up under that rag. So, I still don't see it for them. And she is asked by him to meet his family. And she was like, baby, we are not in a good space. I'd rather for us to be in a stronger place to be doing all of that. And I don't know about y'all, but at this point, Sabrina is definitely my favorite woman throughout the process. She's honestly been that way for some time now. I just haven't said it. I just like the way that she clearly communicates things with the men, and she doesn't really bullshit about it. Knowing her career choice and just how she feels about being a submissive woman and things like that, and just really being very adamant about having her own identity. That is what really sold me on her, because y'all know that is very important to me as well. I just really like Sabrina, so shout out to her. Hey girl, if you ever see this review. Paul, he is with his brother Kellen, and they meet up with Dakia. Dakia is very nervous because she feels like this is definitely too soon. But she runs down her resume, down to her brother, down to his brother. And I love hearing about Dakia's background. We finally learned that it is ballet dancing that she's into, because before this, I don't think we ever got in any detail as far as what type of dance that she does. So we know that she is into ballet, the theater, and things of that nature. So yeah, she runs down her resume. And he wants to know why she's looking for love. And she said, baby, I'm not looking. I'm just open to receiving. And I'm ready to settle down. So the brother wants to know how she feels about Paul leading and reciprocation. And she said, baby, I lead at work. And I don't necessarily want to do that when I get home. So yeah, she's here for it. The brother says that Paul has given people in the past too many chances. And, what's your thought on that? And, the brother also said, Paul said he's making reference to his marriage. So we learned that Paul was married. I don't recall ever knowing that before this date. But yeah, Paul said that he stayed in his marriage too long. And he is that person that wants to give the person a chance to recover. And I think that is very nice of him. However, some people you just gonna have to leave behind, boo. Okay, some people don't deserve a second chance, depending on what the situation is at hand. But listen, who am I to judge? If you want to give somebody a second chance and allow them to recover from whatever mistake they made, have at it. Dakia, she wants to know from the brother, what do you think Paul needs in a partner? And the brother says somebody fair, somebody that has mutual respect across the board. Now, Dakia likes what she sees, but she's still feeling as if her and Paul are giving off friendship vibes. And I like the fact that she knows that, because yes, ma'am, that's exactly what y'all be giving me. I don't see it on a romantic side. Like I said in my last review, it's like you would hope that he would have been the guy that swooped in the last minute and the chemistry was absolutely strong, but it's really not giving that. It's definitely feeling like a friendship more than a romantic connection. But she's just trying to make sure that this whole thing isn't forced, and I could appreciate that. Now, after she leaves, the brother thinks that her responses were real textbook-like, but he can see a lot of potential in the two of them going places. So, okay. Now, moving on to Tommy's Tavern. This is the last meeting that the guys are going to have with him. And they start discussing what the families talked about and their impressions on the women. Clifton, his family likes Joy, but they are concerned about her travels, as I stated previously. Paul's brother can see him and Dakia together. And Tommy was like, okay, real quick question. With this, what do you see in Dakia compared to the other women? And he said he likes the fact that she's straightforward and the others weren't. And Tommy is like, okay, so why did it take so long for y'all to connect? And Paul charged it to scheduling. And Paul is like, look, Tommy, you asking me all these questions, but you also told me to choose quality over quantity. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, I understand that, Paul. You definitely is doing something, because I do personally feel like Dakia is a good catch. However, it is kind of just giving really late in the game. It's kind of giving we are the last two standing with no sense of direction within this process, so we're just going to choose each other. So yeah, Tommy is definitely peeping what we're peeping, and that was definitely a valid question. And then on top of that, what compares her what differentiates her from other women is her straightforwardness. But remember, you kept saying that, if a blind man can't see her beauty, a blind man can't see how much of a great catch she is, and then out of all of that stuff you be saying to her, To Tommy, you say you like her straightforwardness. I don't like that. So, Donovan, he said that Sabrina doesn't take accountability for the things that she does. And I don't know if it was just me, but did y'all peep that Tommy was basically like, okay, can you give me an example? Because right now it sounded like a lot of bullshit. That's what the energy was giving me from Tommy when he was like, okay, I'm going to need you to be a little more clear, a little more precise on what you talking about, sir. Because right now, no, we ain't buying it. So, he said that her, basically she's not taking accountability when it comes down to her making the decision between him and Demetrius. And that's the reason why he's choosing Carmen. Honey, bye. Like, you act like she's supposed to be butthurt because you choosing Carmen. So the fuck what? Move along. And he said that his mama liked Carmen. Now, Demetrius, he tells him that Sabrina didn't want to meet up with his family. And he said he understood it, but at the same time, he didn't. Demetrius isn't making this whole thing a big deal about not meeting the family because he understands that they are still rebuilding. But Tommy made it seem like it was a major issue. And to me, I'm like, why is this such an issue? Because at the end of the day, in real life, somebody wouldn't meet their parent that quick. And I understand that this is definitely a unique journey, but Sabrina has the right not to want to meet his mama if she don't want to. Nigga, we not together. So I don't need to meet your mama. And really, I just feel like meeting your mama or meeting the family, that doesn't solidify anything. So yeah, I don't have to meet up with your folks. Child, whatever. So then Tommy tells them that basically they got another curveball coming. And I'm like, child, what the hell is it? Okay? But we did get another curveball in this instance when we see that Sabrina and Demetrius, they meet up again. So he says that the trust is broken. Why? How so? What did she do? What trust? Like, I'm just not understanding. But can one of y'all explain to me what trust was broken? I don't get it. Anyway, they talk about her declining, meeting his family, and she said that, look, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one thing about it, I don't even bring my dudes around my dad. My dad don't want to meet nobody until it's time to get on bended knee, boo. And she said that, you know what? We have had a disconnect. She believes that he actually ain't the one for her. And she said that she can't make a decision off of something that might happen. Because remember, he said that, yeah, basically, you're going to get all of this love, but not right now. You're going to get it once these cameras go down and you actually choose me. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm not basing my future off of something that I ain't even seen yet. No, thank you. So she says that he's seeing their fundamental differences as a challenge, whereas she sees it as a sign of their dynamic. And at this point, she's just really ready to leave the process. She ain't ready to love with none of these niggas. She said, you know what? Yeah, I gotta put me first, Lucius. And I'm glad that she did that. Sabrina had channeled her inner Sabrina from last year. And she didn't wait until the last minute to do the shit either. And I could really appreciate that more as well. She upped Sabrina on this one. And she actually left the process early. She said, baby, ain't no need for us to be doing all these slow-mos down to the park and you greeting me with flowers only for me to say no. Cut to the chase, Sabrina. I was here for it. So yeah, she said she's leaving the process, and Demetrius was like, shit, you was my first connection to start off. You gonna be my last, baby. We ain't gonna end together, but we leaving together in this process. So he questions, though, in his confessional, if this was a game to her. I said no. She just realized that you wasn't it. She had to be real with herself. And this whole time she had been battling with that thing, with the thing of their dynamic. From obviously before she had met his friend. Because remember, in her confessional, when the friend used the word submissive, she said this is something that she had already been battling with. But this is kind of something that the friend saying that kind of like was like, okay, yeah, bitch, she definitely is giving off that vibe. Is that something that you can handle? And I understand that, because the thing is, I felt like Demetrius was going to try to mold her or try to change her down the line. And she knows exactly who she is and what she can and cannot take, what she can and can not accept. And that just is what it is. Why choose somebody that has totally different views from you. You already know that's going to be an issue that later down the line. That's going to bring arguments and things of that nature. So, yeah, just cut ties. That's something that she was already worried about. So, it just is what it is. So, that was pretty much the end of the episode. Another couple bites the dust. So, at this point, I'm feeling like Sabrina chose herself. Dakia needs to choose herself. And, shit, who does that leave us with? Oh, Carmen and Donovan, fake. And then Clifton and Joy. And baby, we just gotta stay tuned with that, because a lot of y'all felt exactly how I felt in regards to Joy and some of her nasty ways, some of her dismissive ways about, you know, other people's feelings and things of that sort. Because baby, yeah, if Clifton is known to be a cheater and you're gonna be gone for 6 months, how you think he gonna handle that, sis? I'm not wishing anything bad on you, but I'm just saying, if he has a pattern, ... Anyway, let's get down in the comments and talk. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this review, about this episode. Yes, I know I came back to y'all podcast style, but I just got a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, and I'm just not prepared to get on camera. Okay, I'm deep conditioning my hair. I got my scarf on and shit. Today's just not the day, okay? Y'all might see me when I get my hair done. But y'all will see me when I get my hair done. Anyway, yeah, let's get down in the comments to talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.